Alright, we come down in here. I found this persimmon back in the summertime. I could tell there was some in it, but it's a very tall tree. Even with binoculars, I couldn't tell how many. I hung a camera on it and it wasn't dropping at the beginning of bow season. I just come back in here to check it. And it is loaded down. It has the most out of any persimmon I've checked this year, by far. It's still not quite ready. There's a bunch of yellow ones up there still. They some starting to turn about right where they should start falling. But it's really, really windy today. And there hasn't been one fall out yet while I'm standing here. But the feed sign under the tree, I don't know if y'all can tell, but these hogs been coming in here looking up under it, so it's starting to drop them. When I had the camera in here, there was deer coming by and checking it, walking underneath it. There was one pretty good buck I had on camera come through here. Like he was just a really big 6 or 4, but he was a mature deer, about 4.5 years old. I can't hunt this evening, or I'd come back and sit here. I don't think it's quite right. I think in about a week it'll be ready. The only problem I've had with persimmons in October is the acorns start falling. And the acorn's always going to be king for a deer. They're always going to gravitate to them. And it looks like the acorn's made real good. So I don't know if there's any close by that are really raining on. But with the persimmon's doing so poor this year, and the location this one's at, you can kill something right here. I mean, it is loaded down. I didn't have to. If I could hunt this evening, I'd go back and get my stuff, change my clothes, and I'd come back here and sit the rest of the day. So I don't think it's at its peak, but it's fixing to get right. I'll probably come hunt it in the morning though for sure. It just dropped one while I've been standing here. I don't know if y'all want to see the top of it. It's way up there. I mean, it is just loaded. Morning. We came back in here and set up over the persimmon I found yesterday, midday. It's a good mile and a half walk one way. I'm not real crazy about my setup this morning. The way the wind's blowing, I had to walk in from the other side of the tree. The wind was not going to work for that. So I had to come all the way around the tree, which I hate doing. It's normally a little smell where you walk in and they won't come in. I picked out this cypress about 10 yards from the base of the tree. I started climbing it, and I didn't know there was a limb growed into it on the backside from another tree. So my feet probably ain't but 10 to 12 foot off the ground. And I'm not real crazy about that. This persimmon's already dropped too since I've been sitting here. I would like for the wind to be hitting me in the face, blowing back towards the road. But it's blowing back down this slough. I know from in the summertime there's a real good deer trail to my left and one straight to my right. The reason I come around to this side of the tree is I'm trying to get my wind to blow straight down the middle of the slough. Everything should be walking the edges. The middle of the slough's got quite a bit of water and a lot of blowdowns and jump deer. They should be walking out of the middle of it. So I'm just hoping and praying that with this tree, the wind will be blowing right down the middle of the slough. And when it gets down there, it'll lift some and it won't be swirling down there. Maybe I'll get lucky and one will follow the edge. And then it's gonna be real dicey if one gets in here and it don't see me. But all you can do is try. If they come from out in front of me, I got enough cover. us this morning. It's 10:30. We ain't seen nothing else but that spike. Probably finna pack it up. I'm gonna leave a camera on this tree and I'll probably come on it next week sometime if I get time. Good morning though. I was really thinking some hogs or another deer would come in here about this time in the morning. But looking at the top of the tree, it looks like most of the persimmons up there are still kind of yellowish. So another week or two, they ought to be all right. It ought to start dropping really sound. It's dropped one more since that spike's left. So I don't know if I'm gonna get to hunt this evening or not. If not, I'll probably see y'all next week sometime. Morning. Just started to crack light. We came back in here where I killed a buck the Monday morning of opening week. The camera's been showing that there's been quite a few bucks cruising this phone. And I had a buck in here 2 days ago chasing a doe around, so we decided to come give this phone another try. It is unbelievably muggy. I am so tired of summertime weather. Feels like I just woke up in the morning in the middle of July. It's supposed to cool off beginning of next week. Of course, this piece of public I've been hunting all year is closed. But hopefully when we get this little cool front, that'll be the last bit of summertime weather is today. Because it is just nasty out. Almost didn't even come this morning. I woke up, walked out on the porch, felt like I was going to start sweating just standing there on the porch. And it's a full moon. I said, man, they ain't going to move very good this morning. But it's my last morning to hunt. And I think this mugginess is supposed to burn off once the sun comes up. And none of my cameras showed any movement last night, so I'm hoping we'll get something right here at daylight or mid-morning. But we're going to sit back and see if one won't walk by us. Got a deer coming in. Look like a spot. Real big body deer though. Instead of coming into the fun, we turned and went up the edge of the pines. As soon as I seen it, I could tell it was a buck of some kind. But I didn't see a crack on it. So I bleated at him. And he stood there for a long time. Just staring in here. I thought he was going to come on in. But he went right down the edge of the pines. When I caught a glance at him when he went behind me, it looked like he was just had spikes. Real big body deer, be a spike. calls me out and I should just get the GoPro and shot him. I'm almost tempted to get out and make a loop and get in front of him and see if I can stalk up on him. Dang it. Well, we've sat probably another 30 or 40 minutes since them hogs come through. I ain't seen nothing else. I'm getting pretty hungry, so I think we're gonna call it a morning. Bow season ends in here on Sunday. It's Wednesday. I may, if I'm lucky, get done at Saturday evening. Maybe. I'm gonna try. But then it closes until the following weekend when muzzleload opens. So we'll have to give it a week, at least a week off. And I'll be hunting with my bow still when muzzleload season gets here. So we'll have a few sits between the first and the second week of muzzleload. And then I'm probably gonna take me a little out-of-state trip somewhere. Nothing too far, Alabama or Georgia or one of them states right across the line. So we got a little bit more time on this piece of dirt to get us another one under our belt. But it's been a good morning. Seen that little spike buck and them two hogs. That was a fine boar hog that come through. I should have just spun my hat around, hit the GoPro and shot him. But I was trying to get this over my shoulder where y'all could see it and all that fancy stuff. But alright, we'll see y'all on the next one. Afternoon. It's the last day of bow season. At least for me, tomorrow's the actual last day, but I gotta work. This front's finally pushing through. I got a real late start getting in here this evening. But the sky's finally starting to clear up, so I'm hoping it's gonna get them on their feet. So we're gonna sit back and see what happens. Got some hogs coming down the slough. Looks like they're gonna work this way. come down to the wire last day, at least for me. It's smoke pole season. We still in here after him with the longbow. This will be my absolute last day to hunt it. I gotta pull all my stuff and cameras and stuff today, because I gotta work the rest of the week. And then this weekend I might be leaving to go to Alabama, so every time I get back off vacation, be in camp running them dogs the first week of gun season. So I might get back, this place will be closed for deer season. So I didn't hunt it as much as I was wanting to, or as hard as I was wanting to, but still had a pretty good season on this piece of public. Killed that one buck out, and we seen several more. Killed a few hogs. Same stuff about every time I sat. But I 100% feel like I could have went a little harder. Stayed on top of my scouting more. I'd have put another arrow through one or two. This morning we're sitting in a funnel. Actually got two funnels. Right behind me, there's a thick pine block that comes to a point right here. Off to my right, we got a deep slough. Like real deep. Ain't got no trees out here in the middle of it. It kind of makes a horseshoe, wraps around the edge of this pine block. Right down the edge, where the slough's drier, and this pine block meets it. There's a real good deer trail between these pines and that deep slough. Or the deep part of the slough. And it pops them out right here. To my left, this pine block meets an edge of some real thick hammock they cut years and years ago. So it's a lot of high stem camp cover and stuff. It ain't probably 60 yards wide. On the other side of that, there's some cut over river swamp. And it's real thick in there. A lot of deer lay in it. So basically there's two funnels that come right here and make a 90. They pretty much L into each other. My camera's down here on the edge of this slough. It's had steady activity coming through it. Pretty decent eight come through it yesterday morning. So I sat right here with these two funnels meet. The funnel to my left, I almost just sat in it because it had a little bit more sign and buck sign between these pines and the cut over swamp. Because it's where these two funnels meet, it's thick enough and wide enough you can't cover it all with a bow. But I decided to sit down here where I had this camera, because the camera has been showing activity about every morning. It would rub salt in the room and be sitting over there 40 yards. A buck come through by the camera, you know he's sitting on it. But it's a pretty good little spot. The mosquitoes are pretty bad this morning. I guess this rain from this front had some of them out. It's still pretty windy and drizzling rain. The front's just pushing through, so I'm expecting to see some activity not long after daylight, because it was bad weather all day yesterday, all last night. It was still raining when I got here this morning. So I'm expecting some movement not long after daylight anyway. When this front pushes through, they should be up on their feet. So we're gonna sit back, give it one more try. I don't know if y'all can see these things. These sand gnats are unbelievable. They about to make me get out and go ahead and pull off my camera. They ain't been bad all year, but they were way bad this morning. I mean, just had a doe and yearling show up. I think that doe may be The sky's clearing up pretty good. The sun just poked out. It's probably 10:30. We're probably gonna try to sit till 11:30, 11:45. There's a major feed time right around then, and this weather's gonna be pushing out. That golden yearling got up and come through this funnel. I'm expecting if I can go kill a buck, it's gonna be sometime around that 11 mark. Hopefully the sun's getting up now. My thermals will lift even harder. So, got a hog up here in front of us. Shoot him in all this salt grass. I can't believe how bad the wind's swirling right now. Busted. I think he's still somewhere to the right. All right. We just got us a hog we shot too. Believe it or not, I was driving to get some cameras, and I happened to glance down a walk road and I seen a hog run across it. And I figured he wasn't by himself, so I slipped up in here. When I got back here to the back of the sawgrass, I could hear him. And two of them, this wind was swirling real bad for some reason. Two of them smelled me and they went off. I could hear these others right up here in front of me. So I snuck up in here, man, and they turned and walked straight to me. And finally they broke. I think I made a pretty good shot on the first one. But I shot it, and it acted like it didn't even know it was hit, and they just ran up here and stopped on this little hill, 2 or 3 of them. I ain't gonna show that, the YouTube won't like it, but got a decent little eating hog here. Now we gotta go try to find the other one. Mr. Jerry Hill, that's 6 or 7 critters with them American Eagle broadheads, and they work good. We're gonna set him up for some pictures and we're gonna go try to find that other one. Alright, y'all. Look what we got right here. Fine little eating hog. Hunted this morning in a funnel. I seen a doe and a yearling. That was about it. I sat till probably 11:30. And I gotta pull all my cameras out of here today because it's gonna be my last day to hunt it. I'm probably gonna take me a little hunting trip at the end of the week, and when I get back off that, it'll be gun season and I'll be in my club running dogs. And the time I get back from that, this piece of public here will be closed. That'll be all she wrote for deer season until another year. We still got hog season in here to come around, goof off and get after them, but deer season will be closed before I can get back in here to it. So we were driving actually to go pick up some cameras, and I glanced down a walk road and I seen a hog go across it. And I figured it wasn't alone, and if it was, it's the road I was driving, people drive it all the time, all summer long. I figured the truck didn't bother him too bad, so I just parked and come slipping in here. I found his tracks in the mud where he'd trotted off in here, and I got to the back right here where this burned pine block hits this slough, and I could hear him in there eating, popping acorns and stuff. And surprisingly, the wind was swirling real bad. And when it was good, it was perfect coming up out of the northeast, but it swirled once and blew straight out of the east. And 2 hogs smelled me, and they ran off, but they didn't sound the alarm, they didn't hoof. I was easing up there to the ones I could still hear feeding, and they turned and walked straight to me. They got within, yards, probably 2-3 yards. Right on top of me. And when they got there, they all froze. I think they knew something wasn't right. They could smell me or something. They broke and all started going in the line to my right, back away from me. And I got on the first one, and I thought I drilled her, but I went over and picked up my air, and it ain't got nothing. No, I just must have clean missed her, I guess. I either shot about air or just shot underneath. I am not sure. And anyway, the rest of them didn't know what happened. They just ran up there and stopped. And this one right here was standing out there quartering away, and I shot a smidge high because of how close they were. I didn't get down on him just quite good enough, and shot a smidge high, but it anchored him right there. And it was a devastating shot. I went up there and finished him off, but a fine little eating hog. Good news is we about maybe 100 yards from the truck. So we're gonna go ahead and take him out and put him in the sack when we get there and keep on hunting.